So this is a 2-minute full body warm-up. This is what you should do before every day's workout, and it's a really quick and easy way to get pretty much everything in your body firing and ready to go for the workout so you can do all the exercises safely and without having to worry about getting injured. Now, the main thing that we're trying to address in this sequence of movements is hip mobility and the very common imbalance between the hip flexors and the glutes that almost everyone has today. It's very common to see people with weak glutes and tight hip flexors. So this is a way that we can correct that imbalance and avoid the injuries that imbalance predisposes, like low back injuries and knee injuries, for example. So the first movement in this sequence is a one-leg glute bridge. It's designed to get your glutes firing. And the way you do it is you just set up in this position right here, sort of a crab position. You want to get your ankle stacked right below your knee, and then you're just going to pick one leg up and go straight out in front of you. From here, you're just going to lower and raise this hip. Okay, and you want to focus on getting this hip as high as you can off the ground. This end range of motion at the top here is really important. You want to go all the way up and force yourself to get as high as you can, not just go through the motions and do this, but really full range of motion all the way as high as you can go. And focus on getting this movement from the glutes. So after the glute bridge exercise on both legs, you're going to jump into a hip flexor mobility drill. And that's just a simple lunge position like this. From here, you're just going to take your hands behind your hips and you're going to go to your end range of motion. So you're going to bring your hips as far forward and down as you possibly can. And once you're here in this position, you're just going to pulse a little bit. Right in that end range of motion. You don't want to be pulsing back here. This is not doing anything. You want to ease into this end range of motion, find the stretch in this hip flexor, and then pulse from that position. Now, if you're very flexible, then you can bring this back leg up and just do the same thing, and this will intensify the stretch a little bit, and you're just doing the same exact thing. Find the end range of motion, and then just pulsing on both legs. The next thing you're going to jump into is hip mobility drills. There are two of these drills. The first one is called groiners, and the second one is called pigeon. So groiners basically look like this. You're just going to take the foot to the outside of the hand and get a stretch in your groin area. And you're just alternating back and forth. This isn't a pause and hold stretch. You're just going to go back and forth for a second on each side. After you've done that, you're going to go into pigeon, which is the same position, this push-up position. And then you're just going to bring the leg in this position, sort of an L or 90-degree angle at the knee. And you're trying to get your left foot over to your right hand area and vice versa. So the last thing we're doing is a glute bridge to push-up position transition. This is a nice way to integrate the glutes as well as the side of the core and the front of the core all in one move. So it looks like this. You're going to start back here, okay, in this sort of the same position that we were in for the glute bridge. You're just going to lift one hand behind you, keeping both feet on the ground, and then you're going to take the opposite side leg. So here I have my right arm back. I'm going to take my left leg and just slide it through behind me, and then I'm going to rotate into a push-up position. And then right back to where I started. Okay, so here I'm getting all the side of my core, and then here, the front of the core, side, and now here I'm getting glute activation. So glute, side of the core, front of the core, shoulders, chest, almost everything is working in this one move. And you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side.